The Assembly is now in session. Assemblymember Calderon notices the absence of a quorum. The sergeants at arms will prepare the chamber and bring in the absent members, and the clerk will call the roll.
Ashajian, Alejo, Allen, Arambula, Atkins, Baker, Bigelow, Bloom, Bonilla, Bonta, Bro, Brown, Burke, Calderon, Campos, Cheng, Chow, Chavez, David Chu, Canson Chu, Cooley, Cooper, Dababne, Daly, Daly, Dodd, Eggman, Frazier, Gaines, Gallagher, Cristina Garcia, Eduardo Garcia, Gatto, Gibson, Gomez, Gonzalez, Gordon, Gray, Grove, Hadley, Harper, Hernandez, Holden, Irwin, Jones, Jones Sawyer, Kim, Lackey, Levine, Linder, Lopez, Lowe, Mainshine, Mathis, Mays, McCarty, Medina, Melendez, Mullen, Nazarian, Obernolte, O'Donnell, Olson, Patterson, Quirk, Ridley Thomas, Rodriguez, Salas, Santiago, Steinnorth, Stone, Thurman, Ting, Wagner, Waldron, Weber, Wilk, Williams, Wood. Mr. Speaker.
Members, a quorum is present. A quorum is present in the Assembly. We ask our guests and visitors in the rear of the chamber and in the gallery to please stand for the prayer. The day's prayer will be offered by our guest chaplain, Assemblymember Rich Gordon. Mr. Gordon.
Lord, we are blessed. Our constituents have given us the opportunity and privilege to represent them. They sent us here, trusting that we would do our best for them, their families, and the state of California. We have a tremendous responsibility. Help us to use our intellect and our heart to make good decisions. Help us to remember that we are called to service. Help us to give all that we can to assure that those who have entrusted us benefit from that trust. May we be your stewards in this time and place. Amen.
Thank you, Ms. Gordon. We ask our guests and visitors to remain standing and join us for the flag salute. Please join Assemblymember Chow as he leads us in the pledge. Mr. Chow.
Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands.
Thank you. You may be seated. Reading of the previous day's journal.
Assembly Chamber, Sacramento, Wednesday, April 20th, 2016. The Assembly met at 7 a.m. Honorable Brian Daly, Assemblymember 1st District presiding. Chief Clerk E. Dotson Wilson at the desk. Reading Clerk Kathleen M. Lewis reading. The following are placed upon the morning roll call. Ashajian, Alejo, Allen, Arambula, Atkins, Baker, Bigelow, Bloom,
Mr.
Bonilla.
Gibson moves. Ms. Waldron seconds. That the reading of the previous day's journal be dispensed with. Presentations of petitions, there are none. Introduction and reference of bills will be deferred. Reports of committees will be deemed read and amendments deemed adopted. Messages from the governor, there are none. Messages from the Senate, there are none. Moving to motions and resolutions, the absences for the day. For personal business, Assemblymember Daly. Mr. Calderon, you are recognized for your procedural motions.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I request unanimous consent to suspend Assembly Rule 118 and allow Assembly Members Gatto and Mullen to have guests and photographers on the floor today, along with Mr. McCarty. Mr. Gatto and Mr. McCarty's guests will be seated at their desks for their introduction.
Without objection, such shall be the order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I request unanimous consent to suspend Assembly Rule 45.5 and allow Assembly Members Lackey, Mays, and Ridley Thomas to speak on an adjournment in memory today.
Without objection, that request is granted.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Pursuant to Assembly Rule 96, I request unanimous consent to re-refer the following bills to committee. AB 2356 Gomez from the Natural Resources Committee to the Rules Committee. AB 2638 Gatto from the Business and Professions Committee to the Rules Committee.
Without objection, that request is granted.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Pursuant to Assembly Rule 96, I request unanimous consent to withdraw AB 2621 Gomez from the Appropriations Committee and send to the second reading file. The bill is no longer keyed fiscal.
Without objection, such shall be the order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I request unanimous consent to suspend Assembly Rule 96 and withdraw AB 2024 Wood from the Appropriations Committee and send to the second reading file.
Without objection, such shall be the order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. At the request of the author, please remove the following bills from consent. File Item 213, SCR 122, Bell.
The clerk will note. Moving to business on the daily file. Second reading. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 2088, 2128, 2693 with amendments 1702, 2005, 2568, 2767, 1964, 1993, 2089, 2126, 2228, 2735, 2792, 2890, 1553, 1559, 1739, 1775, 1848, 1875, 1880, 1901, 1923, 1932, 1974, 2063, 2074, 2154, 2194, 2247, 2248, 2278, 2325, 2336, 2387, 2396, 2404, 2483, 2488, 2504, 2529, 2570, 2605, 2635, 2679, 2716, 2732, 2741, 2747, 2843, 2859, 2869, 2872, 2874, 2888, 2889, 2891, 2903, 2904, 2909, 2105 with amendments, 2453 with amendments, 2406 with amendments, 2502, 2176 with amendments, 1889, 2196, 2910, 1825, 1921, 2021, 2010, 2265, 2911, 2300 with amendments, and Senate Bill 10.
All bills will be deemed read and amendments deemed adopted. Moving to regular session. File item 78, pass and retain. File items 79 and 80 shall be continued. File items 81 through 83 pass and retain. We are moving to file item 84. That's AB 1945 by Mr. Stone. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1945 by Assemblymember Mark Stone, an act relating to juveniles.
Mr. Stone, you may open.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. This bill is an amendment to the record sealing bill that I did last year, that Senator Lino did the year before, and what it does is it opens up the record sealing for the narrow purpose of a child welfare agency to assess what happened when they're doing placements of children in the child welfare system. I ask for your aye vote. And the amendments we took earlier this week removed all opposition.
Thank you, Mr. Stone. Seeing no discussion or debate on the item, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. The clerk will close the roll. Clerk will close the roll, tally the vote. Ayes 60, no 0. Measure passes. File item 85, that's AB 2531. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 2531 by Assemblymember Burke, an act relating to reproductive health.
Ms. Burke, you may open.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. AB 2531 promotes medical research in California while ensuring research participants are fairly treated by removing the prohibition of compensation for women participating in egg donation for medical research. This bill ensures that women are treated equally to all other research subjects, allowing them to actively evaluate their participation in research studies and be paid for their time, trouble, and inconvenience. We have a long history of empowering women to make informed decisions about their own health care in California. That shouldn't stop when it comes to participating in research. We have multiple layers of protection to guard against exploitation of donors. We have thorough laws, regulations, and informed consent procedures. We have human subject research panels and institutional review boards that ensure that participants are screened and informed about their risks and benefits of treatment. These are the processes that we trust to protect every other research participant, and they fully extend to egg donors. Removing the ban on compensation allows egg donors, just like any other research participant, to make an informed decision on participation and be appropriately compensated. I respectfully request an aye vote.
Thank you, Ms. Burke. Seeing no discussion or debate on this item, clerk will open the roll. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote or desire to vote. The clerk will close the roll. Tie the vote. Ayes 56, noes 1. Measure passes. File items 86 through 91 pass and retain. Members, we have a number of special guests with us in the Assembly today. If we could have your attention. I would first like to recognize Mr. Gatto for your VIP guest introduction on the floor. Mr. Gatto.
Okay, everybody, I know today is Take Your Daughter to Work Day, and I have two of my daughters with me today. The other day, the gentleman from Sacramento said, Mr. Gatto, you're the member of the Assembly that I know the least because you don't go to any of the social functions at night. And there's a reason why, and that's these two little munchkins. And when I was first sworn in, it reminded me when the gentleman from Fresno was sworn in the other day. This one here, come here, Eliana. She was a little tiny baby. She was 2 months old. And I held her in my very arms at the dais, just like the gentleman from Fresno did. And now she is 6, and both of these wonderful women have had to endure lots of nights of their daddy being away, and their daddy working very hard. And they have just turned out to be the most wonderful daughters that a guy could ask for. So I ask you to give them a big standing Assembly welcome today. Thank you.
Mr. McCarty, you're recognized for your guest introduction.
Stand right here. Good morning, members. I'd also like to recognize Take Your Daughter. I guess now it's Take Your Child to Work Day. And like my colleague from Glendale, I have the honor to have my daughters here this morning. One of them is at my desk, Barbara, first grader, a 7-year-old. And my other daughter is up in the gallery up there with Mom. Victoria, the twin sister.
Ms. Eggman, you're recognized for your guest introduction.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and members. So I didn't quite realize it's Take Your Child to Work Day, so I didn't bring mine, but members, I did bring, and I'd like you to welcome all of our sons and daughters because they are the future of California. These are my young legislators from 2016 who are here, spent the last 6 months with me, and now here to spend the day in the Capitol and learn more about what we do. So please give a nice warm welcome to my young legislators and all of our sons and daughters because they are the future of California and its leadership. Up in the gallery.
Mr. Mainshine, you're recognized for your guest introduction.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. It gives me great pleasure to welcome my friends from San Diego, John and Cheryl Gahan, who are here visiting us today. Thank you.
Mr. Mullen, you're recognized for your guest introduction.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and members. It is with great pride that I rise to welcome the Junipero Serra High School boys varsity basketball team to the assembly floor. These young men exemplify what it means to be a student athlete, and they won the California Interscholastic Federation Division II state championship last month. This is the first ever state championship for the school after winning 62 Central Coast Section championships over the years in 15 different sports. Some well-known Padre athletes of the past include Lynn Swan, John Robinson, Barry Bonds, and Tom Brady. Under the tutelage of head coach Chuck Rapp, Sarah marched to a 48-43 victory over Long Beach Poly in marking the school's first state title ever for any sport. As a Sarah alum, I am proud to recognize this team and the school for its long-term success in preparing students to become confident young men who will make a difference in the lives of others. With us today is President of Sarah High School, Lars Lund, Dean Ayub, Sarah's athletic director, other members of the varsity basketball team, including assistant coach Brian Carson, and varsity captains Jake Killingsworth, Jeremiah Testa, Cole Galley, and Lee Jones. Once a Padre, always a Padre. Please welcome them to the assembly floor today.
File items 92 through 95 pass temporarily. File item 96, AB 2286, Mullen. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 2286 by Assemblymember Mullen, an act relating to professions and vocations, making appropriation therefore.
Mr. Mullen, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, AB 2286 raises the current cap on the Contractor State License Board fees and will authorize adoption of regulations to establish a process to expedite license applications. CSLB was designed to regulate the state's construction industry and protect the public from irresponsible contractors, now classified as a board within the Department of Consumer Affairs. CSLB operates with a 15-member board and upholds its mission of protecting consumers by regulating the construction industry through licensure, enforcement, and education. CSLB is at its statutory cap for fees. Currently, the board is slowly spending down its reserve. Unfortunately, the board's authorized budget spends more than it receives in revenue. If CSLB is not able to implement a fee increase, they will have to reduce costs in enforcement. These cuts will begin with cuts to their proactive enforcement program. Certain positions will be held vacant, which will lead to backlogs in license application and complaint handling processing. This measure has received bipartisan support. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Seeing and hearing no debate, the clerk will open the roll. All those vote who desire to vote. All those vote who desire to vote. All those vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll and tally the vote. Ayes 15, noes 11. Measure passes.
Members, we are going to move back to file item 92 by Mr. Chu. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 2083 by Assemblymember Kansan Chu, an act relating to crime.
Mr. Chu, you may open.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker and members. I rise to present AB 2083, which will allow Child Death Review Team to discuss mental health information when conducting its review of unexpected child death. This is the same information we already allow Elder Death Review and Domestic Violence Death Review Team. Disclosure of this information, which in some cases is prohibited by the current law, will help improve the Child Death Review Team's investigation and detection of child abuse and neglect, as well as help identify trends to reduce the incidence of child death. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Seeing no discussion or debate on this item, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll. Tally the vote. Ayes 68, no 0. Measure passes. File item 93, AB 1640 by Mr. Stone. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1640 by Assemblymember Mark Stone, an act relating to retirement.
Mr. Stone, you may open.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, a number of years ago, the legislature passed an exemption to PEPRA for certain employees in transit agencies as we were trying to figure out the implications of PEPRA throughout the state of California. That exemption has expired, but the problem now is that about 1,400 employees statewide, when they were brought on under that exemption. Because that exemption has expired, CalPERS has taken the stands to reclassify them within their system, which means that those employees are not getting the benefits they were promised when they started employment under that PEPRA exemption. What this bill does is it gives those 1,400 employees the ability to get the benefit of what they signed up for when they were employed, as the state and the feds sort of work out the rest of what PEPRA is. This is just giving those 1,400 employees the benefit of the retirement system they thought they signed up for when they got hired. It doesn't go any further than that or to any other employees or any other circumstance. And with that, I respectfully request your aye vote.
Thank you, Mr. Stone. Seeing no discussion or debate on this item, I'm sorry, Ms. Grove, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. With all due respect, I rise in opposition to this bill. You know, a bill was passed, AB 1222, in this body by one of our colleagues in the East Bay area, and it actually gave permission for this differential in the retirement pay or the pension pay to exist for a short period of time until we got a ruling back from the district court or the federal court to see if PEPRA had violated any of its rights or any of the rights of the employees. The court came down in favor of the differential in the pension program, and so I can't see how we don't even address our unfunded pension liability with our state workers and our local workers. And when someone does try to do it in a local agency, then this body supersedes it, when the court even sided on the side of the reduction in the pension benefits. So we do have a serious issue that needs to be addressed. I just ask for a no vote, try to address the issue and make sure that we give the local authorities that are in charge of this the opportunity to address their pension issues.
Thank you, Ms. Grove. Seeing no additional discussion, Mr. Stone, you may close if you wish.
Thank you. This is not about the unfunded liabilities. This is about a very limited number of employees who need to get the benefit of the bargain that they bargained for when they took the positions that they're in. And again, that court case is still ongoing. If CalPERS hadn't acted the way it had, this would not be an issue that we should be taking up. But we need to make sure we protect those employees so that the rest of that dispute can be worked out. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Stone. With that, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. The clerk will close the roll, tie the vote. Ayes 51, noes 25. Measure passes.